Folks, today we've got to talk about the Cybertruck. Now, I don't know about you, but I've heard a lot of people talking about the Cybertruck and saying that it's done. And, okay, hold on. All right, sorry about that. There was a motorcycle that came by, of course. Anyway, let's talk about the Cybertruck, because again, lots of people are still saying, hey, the Cybertruck, it's not going to succeed, right? It's going to do poorly. It's not going to make it in the market. And I totally disagree. Yeah, it's been a while since the Cybertruck was actually unveiled, but you know what? That's okay. This is something that takes time to get right. It's not an instantaneous thing by any stretch of the imagination. So when we're talking about the Cybertruck, I personally think that it has several key areas in which it's really going to succeed, areas that people really aren't thinking about right now. We're going to talk about unparalleled design and functionality. We're also going to talk about superior electric performance, because who doesn't like that, right? And then we're going to talk about autopilot and self-driving, Tesla's brand, and the growing demand for electric trucks. So first of all, I'm going to ask all of you, and you can agree, you can disagree, you can say basically whatever you want. Do you think the Cybertruck is still going to sell? And when do you think the Cybertruck is going to actually release on the market? Again, you know, it's been a while, but these things take time. They're not instantaneous. So I want to say that again. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. But first of all, let's go ahead and let's talk about design and functionality. Now, design and functionality for trucks matters a ton. Now, you're probably familiar with the good old Ford F-150. Yeah, the truck that everyone absolutely adores. I was going to say everyone loves to hate, but that's really not even true. Everyone just seems to like the Ford F-150. And a big reason why it's as popular as it is it's got a giant cabin. The giant cabin on the Ford F-150 is really not something that people should overlook. I know people kind of overlook the giant cabin more than they probably should. You get a lot of the old contractors that talk about the 8-foot beds and how they remember when every truck had an 8-foot bed, and now trucks aren't as good because, well, we just can't fit full-size lumber in the bed. And the Cybertruck, we already know, is working to solve that by implementing things like a tailgate stop, whatever you want to call that piece that Elon Musk has talked about before. But a lot of people still, you know, they want a larger bed. Here's the thing, the Cybertruck, kind of like the Ford F-150, but a little bit better, let's be honest, okay, is combining the best of both worlds. The Cybertruck is going to combine a large cabin with a large bed. Now, the cabin is designed to actually seat 6 adults, which, in my opinion, is fantastic. I think that that's absolutely great. And that's great because, well, sometimes you need to A, either put stuff in the cabin, which is going to take up more room, or B, you might want to go ahead and carry lots of people with you. Sometimes if you don't have the tonneau cover, or the metal tonneau cover isn't maybe working, which again, we're going to hope is not an issue. Of course, now a dog is barking, which is probably going to disrupt this a little bit, but I digress. You want to have extra cabin space. It's just convenient. Why, why compromise in that area if you really don't have to? Okay, it just doesn't really make sense, and it doesn't really mesh. A lot of people don't think about that. Okay, but there's a reason why full cab trucks have become as popular as they have. It's not just some coincidence. I know a lot of people out there might think, well, this is just some random occurrence. It's just something that randomly happened, and now I'm sure that someday all trucks will have an 8-foot bed. It's probably not going to happen. But anyway, yeah, combining the functionality of the cabin with the functionality of the bed is, in my opinion, an absolute win. And I don't think that's going away anytime soon. Now let's go ahead and talk about superior electric performance. Now, in my honest opinion, this is something way too many people overlook way too often. We all know that in the electric world, in the gas or diesel powered truck world, these fuels, they really get a lot of attention. You got a lot of people saying diesel's best. Then you got the gasoline guys, gasoline is best. Then you got the electric guys that smugly sit back and say, well, electric is better than both. Now, I know gas prices lately, diesel prices, gas prices, whatever you want to say, they haven't been great. They've actually been pretty ugly, okay? And it hasn't been a great time. Not a lot of people right now are super thrilled with fuel prices in general. Well, here's the thing. A lot of people still really want to have a truck. Either they need a truck, which is, sometimes not really something that people want to admit, that they might not need a truck per se, but trucks can still be very nice to actually have around. And there's a reason why trucks are as popular as they actually are. The thing is, fuel is expensive. I don't care if it's gas, I don't care if it's diesel, it still costs more than electricity. And you can sit back and say, well, electricity, that's becoming more expensive too. I don't want to pay for that. And yeah, I mean, you're absolutely correct. The difference is electricity has a lot of alternate energy sources that are pretty much undeniably becoming more and more popular. Solar power, for example, that's incredibly popular. Even hydroelectric, nuclear, we could talk about a number of different things here. We're not going to. What we need to realize is that electric power prices in the future, they're probably still going to be a lot more stable than gas and diesel. Now, I know for a lot of you guys, for example, in the UK, electric prices have been absolutely through the roof, which in my opinion is just a shame. I really wish that they were not. I don't think anybody wants that. We all want good, affordable electricity, but the fact of the matter is, electricity is probably still going to be a lot less expensive than gas or diesel, while still providing a really solid performance, which I think a lot of people, quite honestly, really do want, okay? Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about self-driving capabilities. Now, a lot of people look at trucks, especially people that don't drive a truck now, and they think that is a giant vehicle, right? I'm worried. I don't know if I'll be able to maneuver that. I don't know if I'll be able to fit that around the corner. I don't know if I can take that through the drive-thru. And yeah, the Cybertruck is absolutely massive. I mean, make no mistake about it. It is gigantic. But at the same time, you're going to have a lot of added capabilities. We know already this thing is covered in cameras. And with the truck being covered in cameras, well, that comes with a simple sort of extra bonus, right? If you're worried about tight situations or parking in small parking spaces, I'm looking at you, every downtown parking area of every city ever, you want to have that extra confidence, okay? And I think that, again, the technology here is really going to make a difference with that, to the point where this could be a truck that I think even people that don't generally drive trucks are relatively comfortable with. Again, will we actually see that? We'll have to wait and find out. But again, the features here, I think, will end up making a pretty big difference. Let's talk about Tesla's brand and market presence. And I don't want to make this video too long, so we'll make these last points relatively quick. But let's talk about brand and market presence. First of all, when it comes to electric trucks, people know what Tesla does, okay? People know that Tesla makes electric vehicles. It's obvious, okay? We don't need to talk about that for too long. It's something that people know about for good reason, okay? And the key here is that ultimately people are going to look at electric trucks, and if Tesla has something on offer, well, they're probably going to be pretty convinced that it's going to be more reliable, it's going to be more dependable in general, and it's probably going to carry with it a bit of a better value. Again, that's something that, some people probably already understand, but I think it's something the market's going to warm up to a lot more as trucks that are electrified really continue to make progress. Anyway, let's also talk about the growing demand for electric trucks, all right? Like I said, fuel prices are expensive. Electricity, unfortunately, is also more expensive than it used to be, and I really wish that it wasn't. I wish electricity prices were still really, really solid, but the fact of the matter is, they're pretty pricey, and I don't think anybody's happy about that, but at the same time, there's still a great demand for trucks that run on electricity that you can plug in at home, that you can use with your home's power system already, so no worries about hydrogen or, anything like that, alternate fuels, stuff like that. I know Porsche, I think Porsche has worked on that a little bit also, and it's super expensive. It's not very accessible for a lot of people. This is, again, going to put those capabilities back in the hands of the consumer. So if they don't want fuel, that's conventional, gas, diesel, etc., then they're going to be able to move away from that, and that's going to be a great thing. So again, The Cybertruck, I want to say honestly, I think it's got a lot of capability. I think it's going to have a ton of demand, and I still think that this could actually sell very well. Now, I do want to get your opinions on this also, so of course, let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching. You're fantastic. And see you next time.